Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I hope that you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Today, we're just going to do something fun. We're going to take a few minutes to run through a couple of things, and you get to guess, is it tax deductible or no? So a couple of ground rules here. We're going to consider 2022 tax law. The only thing constant in tax law is change. And so just because something is true today does not necessarily mean it is true tomorrow. So we're going to focus on 2022 tax law. All of the answers will either be yes or no, but also in tax law, usually when we say yes, what we really mean is it depends. There are usually some sorts of boundaries around that deduction. So let's get started, shall we? What do you think? Is a swimming pool deductible? If you install and maintain a pool at your home, can you deduct it? Actually, it is possible. If it is medically prescribed, then you can deduct as a medical expense the cost of the installation, but it's not the full cost of the installation. It's only the cost over and above what that increases the value of your home. So if it costs you $20,000 to put in the pool, but it increased the value of your home $10,000, then the remaining $10,000 would be a medical expense. Keep in mind you have to be itemizing, and really you have to have that medical prescription. The case that I saw recently, that the taxpayer did win the deduction. He was using it twice a day. His family didn't really use it. When he wasn't swimming twice a day, he experienced negative health effects. So it was very clear that this was a medical necessity. Other taxpayers have not won when it was really more of a recreational thing than something that was truly medically needed. Ready for the next one? Funeral expenses. Can you deduct the funeral expenses either that you prepay for yourself, good idea by the way, or the expenses that you paid for a loved one after they passed away? What do you think? If you said no, you are correct. Funeral expenses, sadly, as burdensome as they can be and as traumatic as that experience can be, they're not deductible. Next one, your work clothes. Like your suits to keep up a professional appearance for your job, exercise clothes if you are a yoga instructor or similar type of professional. If your employer says you have to wear black slacks and a white shirt, can you deduct those things? They are required by your employer after all, and they help you earn money. What do you think? If you said no, you are correct. Work clothes are not deductible. This one does have a bit of a caveat in that if you need to have safety equipment like steel-toed shoes or a fluorescent vest, or if you have to purchase an article of clothing that has the business's logo, those kinds of things are deductible. But that's not really what we were talking about in this. All right, next one. What about your pets? If you've been following this channel for a bit, you already know the answer to this. But what do you think? Can you ever deduct the cost of your pet care? Maybe. So the answer to this one is yes. But again, there are always boundaries. In this case, when we say yes, we're saying yes because it's possible if you have a service animal, that could be a medical expense if you're itemizing. If you are a business owner and you need to have a guard dog, it's possible to take that deduction as well. I will put a link to our previous video on deducting pets above. All right. What about casino losses? If you go up to Tulalip Casino and you lose $1,000, can you deduct that on your tax return? If you said yes, you are correct. However, it is an itemized deduction, so if you're not itemizing, it may not help you, and it's limited to the amount of winnings. So if you only won $500, you don't get to deduct the $1,000, you only get to deduct $500. keep in mind with winnings that all winnings are reportable, regardless of whether you received a 1099 or a W-2G. So keep that in mind and keep track of your losses. All right. I hope you had fun. Any questions that you have, anything that we can tackle in a future video, the goal is always to provide you some information, preferably in a bite-sized manner, but I'm also happy to tackle questions about our staff, our firm, and fun things as well. So throw them my way. Be sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Bye.